Hey, what's up? Alright, so my buddy Mr. Duckworth wanted me to make a video on how to prime a coil. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to show him how to prime a coil. Figured I'd make a video so in case anybody else out there that doesn't know how to do it, I'll show you how. So I have my pack of my Hercules coils here, the 0.2 ohm. I'll snap one of them off. I don't have one of those fancy webcams where I could take you down below and show you all the what I'm doing here, but I'm going to do most of it in front of the webcam, so obviously you guys can see what's going on. So I got my new coil. Take it out of the package, and here it is, brand new coil. For those of you that don't know, these little circles on the outside, those are the juice ports. Now that's where the juice will saturate the cotton that's wrapped around your coils on the inside of this coil head. Down below here, that is the airflow, and as you can see on the Hercules, the airflow is absolutely ridiculous. I love this tank. It's all I use. This is a 0.2 ohm coil. So as you can see, in here we got a little bit of mesh. You can see the coil down in there, and the cotton's wrapped around it. Now, the juice is going to leak out of the bottom here where the airflow is. So what I do is take a towel. You can get a paper towel, washcloth, anything, and I pinch the bottom airflow, basically blocking the juice from coming out of there. Okay. Then what I do is I take my juice. I got my Jersey juice here, little Cookie Monster. Shout out to Jersey Juice. Shit is amazing. You want to know how to get some for yourself? Get at me. This 50 ml bottle right here is definitely some good shit, and it would cost you 40 bucks in a store, I bet. And he's got them right now for 25 for 50 mils. But anyway, so I'm gonna take my juice. You take your coil. What I do is I literally fill this coil with juice. Okay, I fill it right up to the top. The juice isn't going to escape down through the air hole. I got it full of juice right now. Obviously you can't see too well, but trust me, there is juice in there. And I just kind of leave it there for a minute. Let it soak in. Then I might grab it and I literally blow on the top. Nice and lightly. And what that does is, as you can see, is it's forcing the juice to come out of the juice ports. So what that means to me is that the juice has saturated the cotton on the inside and is now escaping through the juice ports. And that's what you want, because you want your juice to enter the juice ports, saturate the cotton in the coil. Basically what I'm doing is I'm reversing that. And see, we got fluid dripping out of that juice port there, and all the way around. So we've got this coil pretty well saturated. Now what I'll do is I'll fill it up one more time, because it's now empty and all the juice came out into the cotton or out of the juice ports. Let it sit there again for a minute. And the reason you want to do this is because you don't want to put a dry coil in your tank and then just fire it up, because what you're going to do is you're going to burn the coil out. You're going to get burnt taste. The cotton's going to burn. Your juice is going to taste like shit. And if you're spending 20-30 bucks on juice, you want it to taste as good as possible. So I blew into there a little more. All right. coming out of the juice ports quite well. So what I'm going to do is just kind of shake it, blow it out, gets all the excess juice out of there. Okay. Wipe my mouth off because now I have fucking juice in my mouth. And I just know some of you are going to say there's an easier way to do this, or, you know, you shouldn't get juice in your mouth or on your skin, or, well, some tanks give you spit back, and guess what? You get juice in your mouth, so shit happens. This is the way I do it. I've never had a burnt coil. I've never tasted burnt juice. So obviously I'm doing something right. So I got my Hercules right here. A Heracles, sorry. I call it a Hercules just because, well, it's pretty much how it's spelled. And boom. As you can see, that's the old coil. I don't have a very good webcam here, so you can't see, but it's kind of caked up in there. I've had this one now for about 3 weeks, and I usually vape anywhere from 15 to 20 mils a day in this thing, so I go through some juice. That's why I get my juice from my boy Jesse in Jersey Juice. Alright, so we've got our base here. I took the coil out. That's your 510 pin right in there. Now I just give everything a good wipe, because while I have it apart, I like to wipe it down. You know, you don't often get a chance to take this thing apart and wipe it down and stuff, so I just wipe it down, stick towel inside there, clean the threads out. Now what you do is you just take your new coil head and simply install it in your base. Tighten her up. You got your tank. Not much juice in there, so we're going to fill that up. Now, when you're filling these up, your tanks are going to have these holes around it. Might not be as many as mine have. Might be, you know, 2 holes. That's where the juice flows through into the juice ports on the coil head. So you just want to fill it to right underneath there, so you're not getting juice spilling over into the chimney. And we're going to tighten that up. Ooh, this one I just got to make sure that the coil juice ports line up with the chimney juice port holes, so juice can flow through there nice. That's it. Got her back reassembled. I give everything a good wipe down. Then what I usually do is I put it on my let me show you here. I got to take my RDA off. Okay, what I usually do is I take my thing, I put it on my mod. This is a Sigali 100 watt plus. Stick it on here. Try not to break your shit like I might have just done. Okay. Now obviously I've been vaping at about 75 watts, but what you want to do, since it's a brand new coil, is you want to take something like this down to about 50. Now where the airflow is so great in this, this next step I'm going to tell you about, I really don't do with this one because you really can't. Right, like on a Nautilus Mini, the Aspire, you know, you're going to take a couple dry hits. You're not going to hit the fire button. You're just going to suck up through. And what that's going to do is that's going to pull air through the air port, and it's going to pull juice into the coil. Then what you're going to do is, like I said, I took the wattage down. You're just going to pulse it a couple times. Because what happens is when the coil heats up, that also sucks. That what that does is that vaporizes the juice that's in the cotton around the coil. So that juice disperses, and then the coil sucks more juice into it. So I do that a couple times. I'm at 50 watts. I'll take a vape. That cotton's already saturated. If you were to take a pull and it was taste a little funny, or what you can do is you just take your mod and you set it down for about 5 minutes. Let that juice start to soak into the coil. Either that, give it a couple more dry pulls, or pulse it. I'm going to pull this up to 55 watts. Take another vape. Flavor's awesome in this. You basically keep doing that. I just keep bringing it up 5 watts at a time until I'm at the wattage that I normally vape at, which is around 75 to 80 watts. And we'll bring it up to 70, and I'll leave it there and vape on 70 for about an hour or so, just because, you know, you don't want to push the voltage too high, get that coil too hot, and burn the coil out, because these things aren't cheap. It's kind of the reason why, I mean, you can get 5 replacement coils online for about 15 bucks for the Heracles. Pretty sure it's the same for the Nautilus Mini. So, I mean, I switched to an RDA. I buy a spool of 100 feet of wire. I mean, I got some stuff coming from China. I won 12 spools of wire for 15 bucks. I can probably make a couple hundred coils out of that. So, I usually go with the RDA. Unless I'm on the go in my car or something, I'll use the tank. Obviously, you can't be dripping on an RDA while you're driving. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But anyway, I got her at 70 watts. Let's just take a quick vape on her. Good stuff. So anyway, I'll set that down there, and pretty much, I mean, that's all there is to it for priming a coil. Like I said, you just want to make sure you get a good amount of juice saturation. You don't want the coil to burn the cotton, because then your coil's pretty much shit and you're gonna have to get a new one, because your juice will taste burnt from that day forward. Nobody likes burnt juice. If you have a better way to do it, maybe add a step, take a step away that you think could, leave a comment down below, and let me know. Let me know what you think of the video. Like and subscribe to me, please. I do have a Facebook page that I'd really appreciate everybody liking. I'm trying to get that to take off. I'm hoping to get a better camera at some point so I can start doing reviews. I really don't want to do a review on this webcam, laptop webcam, because for obvious reasons I can't manipulate it at all. So it's kind of hard to take you down below and show you what products include, etc., etc. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I helped you out a little bit. If I did, let me know. And anybody watching this that's still smoking, get off the fucking cigarettes. Get on the vape scene. You need help, wanting to know what you should get, hit me up. I'm glad to help anybody out. Again, that's my name's Jeff, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks, everybody.